Hello, hello, this is Mrs. Samuels. Today we are going to be learning about when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, how to find those missing angles. So we're going to start with this one right here. What I like to do is use some wax paper, and we are actually going to physically trace this side to see how that matches up on this side. So I'm going to trace this line. Not perfect, of course. And then I always write down the 110 degrees. What I like about these is that when you actually physically slide it down, you will see that they actually match up. So this angle 1 is also 110 degrees because they are corresponding. So we write that as the measure of angle 1 is 110 degrees because they are corresponding. All right, now that we know that this is 110 degrees, I can figure out what this measure is because it makes a line. All lines add up to 180 degrees. So I can take 180 and take away the 110 to get 70 degrees. So what I've just done is figured out that the measure of angle 2 is 70 degrees because angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. If you don't know what the word supplementary is, I do have a different YouTube video up about supplementary and complementary angles, so feel free to check that one out if that word isn't coming to you. Now we're going to come down here, and before we had to find 2 missing angles, and now we're going to have to find all of these, so all the way up to 7 of those. So I get another piece of this paper, and I'm going to trace it, and I'm going to trace the side that has all of the angles. I know that this one is 61 degrees. And now before I slide that over, I'm actually going to figure out all of these measures first. 61 and 5 makes a line. So I'm going to take 180 and I'm going to subtract 61. When I do that, I'll get 119 degrees. So the measure of angle 5 is 119 degrees because they are supplementary. So this is 119. So I'm going to add that to my paper of 119. Next, if I look at angle 6, I could either do the subtraction again from 180, or this is 61 degrees, and this is right across from it. These are called vertical angles, and vertical angles are equal. So 61 degrees is equal to angle 6. So we could say that the measure of angle 6 is 61 degrees because they are vertical. And if this is a little bit confusing to you, that's also on the same YouTube video as supplementary and complementary. So go check out that if that word is confusing to you. So this is 61 degrees. And I'm going to use that same logic with angle 7. Angle 5 and angle 7 are vertical, so they are the same. So this is 190 degrees as well. So the measure of angle 7 is 119 degrees because angle 5 and angle 7 are vertical. Now, when I go to slide my paper over, I know all of these angles. So Sorry, this video is kind of hard. Once I slide this up, I now know all of the other angle measures. So the measure of angle 1 is 61 degrees. The measure of angle 2 is 119 degrees. The measure of angle 4 is 119 degrees. And the measure of angle 3 is 61 degrees. And all of these are because they are corresponding. Okay? So again, we're using this from jumping from here to here. We're always going to use the word corresponding. We have the vocab word vertical and supplementary. All of those words you'll have to use when doing problems like this. All right, guys, thank you so much.